What's up, everybody? It's MrUknowwho from XMI Gaming, and today, guys, I'm bringing you a new BruteForce Savedata tutorial on the 5 methods that I use to reassign saves. So I've been reading online that you guys are having trouble reassigning my saves, and I was under the impression that a lot of people already know the 5 methods when it comes to reassigning saves. Now, I'm going to assume a lot of people don't, because if they did know how to reassign the save and notify methods, they shouldn't have any problems. Second of all the saves that I post are legitimate saves. I tested them on my account, my other account, and my friend's account, and they all work no problem. So I know that you guys are a little frustrated when you say it doesn't work. So I'm under the impression that a lot of people just reassign the save straightforward and don't realize that there's another method that you may need to use to reassign the save if you reassign it straightforward and it doesn't work. So I'm here to make your job a little bit easier and break it down on how I get saves to work. So first things first, before we actually jump into the tutorial, make sure your BruteForce Savedata is 100% set up and it's working. If it's not working, don't even try the 5 method because it won't work. Second of all, don't ask me about Exploder or Resigning. I don't use those programs. I haven't seen them in over a year. So I can't even tell you if it will work on it. I use BruteForce Savedata. I have no problems and everything is good to go. So let's actually jump into the tutorial right now. So I'm going to show you guys a straightforward method, and that's just reassigning saves. So as you can see, I have this save right here, and I'm just going to reassign it, and that's just straightforward. So that's method number A. So I'm going to just refresh. The save is right here. I always verify to make sure there's nothing wrong with the save before I resign it. Everything is good. So I hit rebuild full. Do I want to update the pattern.sfo with credits? I hit yes. I verify one more time, and everything is good to go. And I go back to the save. I'm gonna open it up, and this is everything that's inside of the save. So what I normally do at this stage again, once I reassign the save to the correct profile, I'll put it on a USB and I test to see if it works. Now, if it doesn't work, you usually get 2 of these messages. That's the one that says this profile belongs to another user or the corrupt data. And I'll get into why that happens in a second. But this is just straightforward method number A on how I reassign a save. Now, if it doesn't work, we need to go to method number B, and that's removing the original power from the save. So I'm going to close this out. I'm going to delete this. I'm going to go to method number B and copy. Paste this on my desktop. Right? Go back to BruteForce Savedata. I'm going to refresh one more time just to make sure. And here's the save again. Now, what I'm going to do from the previous method, which was A, I'm going to first verify, check the save, everything is good to go. I'm going to hit rebuild full. I hit yes, verify, everything is good. However, I'm going to go back inside the save, open it up, and as you guys can see, you have 2 params in this save. You have one that's the param.sfo underscore original and one that's param.sfo. So when I click on this one, as you guys can see, this is the param.sfo underscore original, right? Then the other one, like I just said, is param.sfo. What you want to do after reassigning the save is delete the original param, which is the one right here. Right? Then go back to BruteForce Savedata. I'm just going to refresh one more time. Go back to this save and verify. And as you guys can see, everything is still in blue. The only difference between method number A and method number B is that A, you just reassign the save straightforward and you had the 2 params. Method number B is the one you remove the original param, you re-signed it. First you verify, then you re-signed it, then you went in the save, delete the original param, go back in BruteForce Savedata, you verify to make sure there's nothing wrong after you take out the original param, right? When that says param SFO underscore original, and only keep, right, the param.sfo. So the reason why you get those two error messages, the PS3 can't distinguish between param number 1 and param number 2, which is the original param. So when you load up the save from method number B, just reassigning the save, it gets confused and it says, I don't know if param number A or param number B is the right param, so you just get the error message. So if you do method number B, which is removing the original param, then testing it out, you shouldn't have a problem. Everything should be good to go if you reassign it correctly. Now, do keep in mind, right, when you do method number B, always verify, just to make sure that the save is good to go. So 80% and 90% of the time when I reassign other people's save, I use method number B, which is reassign a save, remove the original param, and then verify, put it on my PlayStation, and everything is good to go, and that's it. So I'm gonna get into scenario number C, or method number C, which is the file and switch method, right? So I'm gonna use the Simpsons game for this example. So give me 1 second, copy this save here, and this save here. Now, we're just gonna make sure it's on my desktop. It actually is. It's right here. Okay. So, first things first, right? This is the save from the PlayStation 3, and this is the other person's save that I downloaded. So, let me explain this to you. Let me open this up and put these side by side so you can see what's going on. This is here. This is here. So, as you guys can see, this is my save from the PlayStation. This is the other person's save right here. So here's what happens sometimes. When you have certain games, you need to play the game for like 5 or 10 minutes, create your save on your USB, right? So that's play the game, quit the game, then go to your save data and copy it to a USB flash drive, and then you need to actually copy it onto your desktop. So you have one save, which is the one on my desktop, which is the one right here. That actually is my save when I play the game. And this save over here is the one that I downloaded. Sometimes you need to use this method, which is switch the files in the save. So what I'm going to do, and I tested this for The Simpsons, is drag this file in. It's going to ask me, do I want to replace? I'm going to drag this file in. I want to replace. I want to drag this file in, and I want to replace. And this is the other person's save that I download, and we don't drag in the param, and we don't drag in the icon. We just leave that as is, and this is my save from the one that I created on my console when I played. So I drag all these files in, right? Now what I want to do, right, is come here, as you guys can see, I'm going to verify, and everything is blue, right? But there's one thing. There's no blue button here, right? So I'll explain that in 1 second. After you drag everything in, normally it should be red because I already resigned this save to test, which is my other account. Everything is blue. But let's say, for instance, it was red. Once it's red, right, you want to right click, rebuild with current profile, right? Go ahead, yes. You're going to verify. Everything is good to go, right? However, you go back in the save and delete the original param. That's not it. That's the default one. Let's just close this out. And there you go. That's the original param. Delete this out. Right? highlight, verify, and everything is good to go. So that's the file and switch method. Now, do keep in mind that's only for certain games that you have the file and switch. My Metal Gear Solid, the HD collection, you have to do that. Copy, or actually get a save created on your PlayStation first, copy it to your USB, then copy it to your desktop. Then the save that you use that is not yours, just only copy the files that's in it, with the exception of the icon and the original parallel, and then go and reassign the save, and then it should work. So that's the file and switch method. Now, I just want to explain something real quick. I did the Simpsons game, and this was an unprotected save, and there's no disk hash key here. Do keep in mind, right, with unprotected saves, the rebuild blue button that's here, let me click here, you see it's here? The reason why it's not here on the unprotected save, because there's no disk hash key here. So, yes, I use the Simpsons as an example, but when you have unprotected saves, there will not be any disk hash key, and the rebuild button here will disappear. However, the same button that's right here is the same thing when you highlight the save, and hit rebuild with current profile. It's the same thing, it does the same thing, and you're good to go. So that's the file and switch method. Let me close this out. Delete this. And then I'm going to go to an unprotected save, which pretty much I just showed you a little bit on the file and switch method, but I'm still going to show you the unprotected method. So as you guys can see, I'm using Haze, and this is an unprotected save. So I'm going to show you guys how I reassign an unprotected save, which is situation D or method number D. And as you guys can see, again, no blue button. There's no keys for this. And you cannot decrypt or encrypt this save. And the reason why you can't do any of that is because, again, you don't have the disk hash keys. When it comes to unprotected saves, there are no disk hash key. The only thing you can do with this save is reassign the save. So first things first, like always, you verify. Everything is good to go. Right click, rebuild with current profile full. Yes, I want to rebuild with cracks. I verify. Everything is good to go. I go to the save, as always. I got the two params. I'm going to delete the param.sfo underscore original, as you guys can see right here. Delete this. Go back to BruteForce Savedata. Refresh. Go back to my correct verify. Everything is good to go. And that's all there is to doing the unprotected save. So I just showed you guys method number D, which is number 4, on how to reassign an unprotected save. So I'm going to delete this in the trash. Actually, it's okay. Now we're going to go to method number E, which is the checksum save. So I'm going to show you two things with this. First is how to get the save into the checksum. Second of all, why you need a checksum fixer. So place this on top, right? I'm going to copy this to my desktop as well. Cool. Boom. So first things first, as always, I'm going to go back and refresh. So here's the save right here, right? So first things first, always verify, make sure everything is good to go, right? Second, what you want to do, right? Rebuild. Rebuild full. Now, at this stage of the game, this save requires a checksum fixer to even be used on your PlayStation. So even though you reassigned it, it will not work. So to get the save inside the checksum fixer, you first gotta decrypt it. Decrypt all files. Yes. Once it's green, you're good to go. Now you want to open up the checksum fixer. Hit open. Give it a second. It's opening. Go to my desktop. Give it a second. It's loading. It's taking a minute, but it's coming. There we go. Here's the save. And it's decrypted. Click on game data. Hit open. As you guys can see, it loaded successfully. Now all I need to do is hit fix checksum. And it's telling me I gotta go back and BruteForce Savedata to encrypt the save. Hit OK. Hit encrypt. I verify. And I'm good to go. So that's basically all there is to reassign a save that needs a checksum fixer. And you're probably sitting there saying, well, why does the save need a checksum fixer? So if you tried method A, B, C, D, right? Sorry, I deleted the default to put it in the trash. I don't need it any longer. And you got E. Some games, right, have double encryption. So if it has a double encryption, regardless if you do A, B, C, and D, you may need a checksum fixer to fix the save before you can either use it. Now, keep in mind, not all games have checksum fixers. Most of them have checksum fixer if needed. But you'll know if you tried A, B, C, D, and it didn't work, then the possibility could mean you need a checksum fixer to fix the save. And the best advice I can tell you is to go to BruteForce Savedata site and hit somebody up on it and ask them. Or you can check to see if the save checksum fixer is available and just get it from there. But if it's not, someone manually has to make this so the save could work. But also keep in mind that it's very time consuming. Some people could do it in an hour, some people could do it in less and make a checksum fixer. But games like Metal Gear Solid 5 have double encryption. So even if we had a checksum fixer, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to fix the game. And I haven't seen one out yet. That's just another example of a game that has double layer encryption. So even if you reassign it, it will not work because it needs to have a checksum fixer to fix the save so it can work after you reassign it. So let's also give you one more demonstration. Let's say I reassign the save, everything's good to go. However, I want to apply cheats. I'm going to go through that scenario as well. You still need to decrypt it. You go to your cheats, apply cheats. As you guys can see, it's already pre-checked for you. And it's telling you that you need a checksum fixer to fix the save. Now, sometimes there will be a checksum fixer already in the cheat that's pre-selected. You see that I can't even take it off. That will fix the save without actually having the checksum fixer. However, this one you physically need to have the checksum fixer to actually get the cheats to work. So let's say I wanted all these cheats. I hit apply, 10 cheats applied. I still gotta do like the previous step and go back to the checksum fixer, load it up, hit open. Give it a second, it takes a minute. Here it goes. Open, fully loaded, fix checksum, hit OK, go back and encrypt the save, hit yes, verify, as always, verify, and you're good to go. So I showed you both methods on how to reassign a save with a checksum fixer when it comes to reassigning and applying cheats. Because a lot of times I see people saying, it don't work, I can't get it in the save. I decrypted it. If you follow the method that I just used, you'll get it in the checksum fixer all the time. Now you can experience some problems, but you may need to re-download it or run the checksum fixer as an admin, which is fairly simple. You guys should know how to do that already. So basically, I just ran through the 5 methods on how to reassign a save, right? So do keep in mind one thing, right? The reason why my saves are not made with patches, right? That's 103, 105, 107, is because it's easier for a person to upgrade to a patch to downgrade from a patch. And then what I'm talking about is that if I was to create the save with the latest version and somebody else doesn't have that patch or that latest version, it will not work at all. So therefore, it's easier for me to create a default save, right, with no patch. And all you gotta do is delete your patch, reassign the save, then go and re-update, then load the save, right? Then it'll apply that update to the save and you're good to go. Some people don't got internet. And as funny as that sounds, it's the damn truth. I get emails, I get messages saying the save don't work. I don't got email on the other side of the goddamn world. This is 2016. Everybody should have some form of internet, but that's somebody else's business. Some people don't have internet. So that's why I make generic saves so that you don't use any patch. Just reassign, load it up, and you have the option to update the save with the latest patch, and you should be good to go. And that's it. But hopefully this tutorial was helpful for you guys. It answered a lot of questions and it ironed out why you get a lot of these error messages. But as always, it's MrUknowwho from XMI Gaming. Check out my gaming channel. Again, I apologize to a lot of people who hit me up. I'm busy at school and work. As always, it's MrUknowwho, and peace.